Alright, so... The story of the Tamamayu... Story of the... Tamamayu. That's kind of hard to read in that, isn't it? Okay, so the spreadsheet's updated. Let me update the... Anything else? Is it timer? Overlay. I guess the music is decent so far. Jade Cocoon. Yeah, you can rewatch the intro.
Elrond, god of the forest, the source of all life. He released his servants, the divine spirits, unto the lands. He spoke, "I am that which is giving you life." For a time they brought life and happiness to the forest. Soon the forest was visited by fate. The divine spirits created a beast in their own image. Elrond warned, "That is the beast of knowledge, and it will someday bring temptation upon you. Thou shalt not associate with it." The divine spirits so promised, and gave birth to the beast of their own image. Such was man's beginning. Time passed, and the forest was again visited by fate.
I wish he was looking at that lion there.
The divine spirit was seduced by a beast of knowledge, and so the promise to Elrond was broken. The spirit lost its divine power, and by the child of man and spirit, it was gained. This new power threatened Elrond, and so was divided into light and darkness.
A very anime intro. Interracial bestiality. Isn't bestiality by definition interracial, though? Interspeciesal. Alright, so I think everything's fixed. Yeah, Monster Seed. Monster Seed, I think, is a, I think it's like another kind of monster catcher game. Alright. So I think everything's ready now. So the spreadsheet was fixed. Timer is ready. Game number, title. And I notice you fixed the stream title. Thank you, Sev. Yeah, I think everything's ready. Alright, let's try Jade Cocoon. So I probably think it's another Pokemon style game, so it's time for a not Pokemon game, yeah. I know, right? Start the timer. Let's do this. Start. Arena battle stage. I guess you can fight your Pokemon, your Jade Cocoons together. It's nice that they actually have different, something you don't see often in games is the ability of, like, changing the volume of music and effects separately. Let me know if one or the other is too low and I'll change it. Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah, once Pokemon came out, like, everybody wanted to be the next Pokemon, so not really a surprise there. Animation skip. I'll take that, yeah, sure. Speech. Yes, please. Auto message, sure. Subtitles, yeah. Magic, special effects, capture effects. Display, fast is probably good. Yeah, there's a lot of customizability in this game, which is nice. Something you rarely have in this era, especially on consoles. Yeah, blue's good. Vibration. Vibration is on. That's an analog mode. Usually vibrates when you switch it on, but controller ain't vibrating. Okay. The analog stick doesn't seem to. So analog mode still works, it just doesn't actually use the analog stick. Switch to PS4, there you go. Yeah, I noticed the cutscene definitely had lower volume audio. Not much I can do about that though. Alright, so let's start the game.
I am the Nagi prophet, Gi. I see the future through the words
Voice
of
acting.
God. I feel before me the one who shall lead our accursed nature to repose. That brave stature. It is just as the hunter, who is praised in our legends. That hunter shall be known as...
This cuts up. Hunter should be known as... I guess they didn't have their timing well down for those flips, I guess. Levant works for me.
The curse shall not be lifted until we are led to eternal repose. May the protection of Erlen be his.
Let's say there's at least voice acting. Eve Buster.
The festival of the Father. The sound of winged minions.
Winged.
And so begins the ordeal.
The festival. Yeah, I mean, it's got voice acting. It's not that low budget. It's got a nice. That anime introduction was okay. So obviously it's not a Square Enix like blockbuster RPG, but I guess not all
The
voice.
tune of a
Oh,
Cocoon
wow.
Master is such an enchanting sound.
Voice acting.
You will be a Cocoon Master someday. After all, you are the son of a Cocoon Master. That's the way it is.
I know, right?
And as a Nagi woman, I will be your bride. But you know...
There's some vibration there.
Hey, you two! Getting a little hot up here, if you know what I mean.
Louis, this is none of your business, kid. Get out of here!
I'm not a kid. And besides, this watchtower's my responsibility. I have a job, not like your stupid Cocoon Master, so there!
He's like it's a prearranged marriage, though.
Don't be messing around just 'cause tomorrow's the festival, you idiots!
Yeah, I know, right?
You're all talk, and a buck-toothed idiot, too. Sheesh, I wonder what his problem is. Oh, that's right. Some minstrels are coming to the village square tomorrow. I bet they'll have some great tales to tell. Let's invite Kelmar too, okay? Well, we better get some rest. See you at the village square tomorrow. Don't forget.
I don't know if it's like fully voice acted, but damn. Got as much voice acting as Great Fencer Musashi, but not as good voice acting as Great Fencer Musashi, but still, hey, I ain't complaining. It means less wear on the vocal cords. There you go, Tufu. Yeah, well, I don't know about badass. I mean, it was a relatively easy fight. It was easier than the fight before that, but I kind of over-prepared, I think. Alright, it's my home, Watchtower, Silk Mill. Sure. Apparently, you catch monsters in like cocoons, and you can spin the cocoons and sell them, or you can combine monsters or some shit. I don't know. I guess we'll figure it out once we actually play it. No, I think I spend more time just going to grind in the museum than the actual boss fight took. Capture level 1, empty 0, fireflies 0, can never capture 0. No experience. Got a knife. No minions captured yet. Attack, defense, magic. Attack, magic, defense, I'm guessing. Speed. All pretty self-explanatory. Money is called Yan. Yeah, that gun was pretty damn OP. Okay, so squares run. Let's see, the voice acting is everywhere. Nope. I guess it's not full voice acting. Come back tomorrow, everyone's gone home. Tonight's the night, we're all praying for our ancestors. Your family is too, aren't they? We're gonna pray all the silkworms who've helped us here. Yeah. Well, all I did is get one extra level, and well, then got another level on the way out. I was so close to leveling up, I figured like I might as well grab this level before doing it. I probably wouldn't have needed it in hindsight, but yeah. Hey, Krios, how's it going? There's stuff to steal. Must find things to steal. And these tank controls are a pain in the ass. Gotta hate tank controls, especially without an analog stick. It's a very special night. We welcome in the souls of the dearly departed. You must hurry home so you can welcome the soul of your father. Ugh, tank controls. I have an index of games reviewed? How dare they? Oh man, controlling this guy's gonna be a pain in the ass. Why are they doing tank controls? Like, this game came out when analog sticks were a thing. They should have just enabled analog support. I'm pressing the wrong button here to inspect things. Oops. Nothing here, it seems. Either you can't find things in the overworld, in buckets or whatever, or there's just nothing in here. God damn, these tank controls. Arrgh. At least the models are fairly detailed. You got lighting effects too. What do you want?
What do you want? I'm going to the Master's cottage tomorrow, so I'm getting up early. I don't have time to mess around at the festival like you guys. After all, I'm the watchman. I'm not just here to give warning. I gotta be the first to fight if the demons attack. That's what I gotta train for. But I bet you can't even understand.
That's gotta be a good reason, because Resident Evil was popular. That's about the only reason I could see. But even Parasite Eve didn't use tank controls, so... Well, apparently Parasite Eve 2 does, but
want something? Look, the spirits of the dead return on the night before the festival.
Yeah.
You should just welcome the spirit of your old man who ran off and died. I can't stay up talking all night. Gotta get up early tomorrow. Go home and go to bed.
There's his only tooth left. It's his corn-eating tooth. Yeah, this one does seem to have these fixed cameras, but I don't know how the dungeons are going to be, but these areas here, it's kind of like, ugh. It's a save point, I'm guessing? Yep.
Welcome home. Tonight, a very special night. We welcome the spirits of our ancestors. But your father might still be alive out there somewhere, so he won't need our welcome. Instead, I prayed to the god of the forest for his safety. I know how forgetful you are. Remember to write important things down before you forget.
No more voice acting. You're leaving early tomorrow, aren't you? Better get to bed then.
Good idea. Well then, sweet dreams, my son.
Yeah, she does. The worst part of the voice acting is that there's a delay after the text box starts, so I'm like, okay, there's no voice acting, so I'm gonna start speaking, and then, oh, voice acting kicks in.
Ricketts has run away, has he? He's run off, you know. It's all hearsay. It seems his puppy was stolen by a Nagi woman, and he ran off. His son is still so young. Too young to become a Cocoon Master. Run away, will you?
North American sub. North American release date, or in cases of games that are European only, obviously the release date in Europe.
There you are! What are you up to? Didn't you say we would go listen to the minstrels? Kalmar is waiting, so I'll go on ahead.
For which game? Oh, this game came out in 99? If I have it wrong, whatever. 1 year's not gonna kill RPG Quest or anything. Yeah, you're right. Copyright 1999 on the box. Yeah, whatever. So I probably missed that one up, but yeah, I think that's probably what happened. I ended up that, or I had the release date wrong somewhere. Scrap the project. We'll just have to bump it. Whole quest is moot now. Everybody, look away. Yeah, restart. Gotta put in the right order. We'll bump this to game like 100, and this will be like game 200. We're just playing it ahead of time just because. It's already started now. Yeah, typically I get the dates from from GameFAQs when I was like ordering the games. So it's very possible that GameFAQs, either GameFAQs had the wrong date, or I looked at the wrong date when I was entering them in, or might have put in a an 8 instead of a 9 when I was entering the numbers in. It could have been... I probably have it as July 29th, 1998. Let's take a look here. Game Packs, Jade Cocoon. Game Packs have as the release date. Yeah, so Game Packs has it as July 27th, 1999. So that's probably me misentering it into the list. So we're playing it ahead of time, 1 year ahead of time. We're getting a taste of 1999. Taste of the future, boys. Yeah, I might have totally screwed up the date on this one. I don't know what happened there, but... Taste of the future. The future is now. God damn, these tank controls. Yeah, there's that too, right? I mean... This game has analog support, but it doesn't support the actual analog stick. I guess because these stupid tank controls, they figured, hey, tank controls are more important, so we're not going to support analog.
You lost or something? The demons of Genshin hang around here. You are so pathetic.
Freedom.org? Yeah. I'll have to go over my list just to make sure there's nothing else that's out of sequence like that. It's not the end of the world or anything, but... Doesn't seem to be any point in visiting the side paths. What the hell's that thing?
Kid, are you from Cyrus? What are you doing out here?
Was he a mushroom?
Without the Lion of Peril, Cyrus should not have a Cocoon Master. So you are the son of the Lion of Peril. Well now. Let's see how you measure up to your lineage.
To fight the Dream Man. Summon! No divine minions ready. Use this nothing. What does use mean? Description. Use item. Oh man, thanks for that description. Leave from combat. Capture minion from empty cocoon. Summon divine minion. Defend to reduce damage. Attack with readied weapon. Man, it's a good thing there's descriptions of these actions. I wouldn't know what attack means. Oh, it's easy. Summon a minion. Oh, that's not easy. Fighting a dragon. Ow. The combat looks pretty, like, detailed. I guess it is like a year, you know, ahead of time. Well, I think we're losing this fight. Capture it! We got this, we got this. I know, right? We don't got this. Yeah.
Without the power to summon a magic beast, you are no threat to me. Just the son of a coward.
Good laugh. Now we can shove the game. We got the bad end. An ending, right?
Wake up!
Yes, Mom.
You cried out in your sleep last night. Are you all right? Aren't you going to go see Mahbu today? Didn't you say that you would?
You don't like this game?
All waiting for you.
But it's Pokemons. Pokemons in 3 dimensions. With voice acting.
Come quick! It's terrible!
Oh no,
There's a thundering noise coming from the forest!
that is terrible.
It's gotta be the demons! Oh no! Mahbu! She's gone off to the watchtower all by herself!
Oh no.
If it really is demons, she could be in danger! Let's go now!
No. It was the final boss is easier than I expected. Positive touch. I mean, it was clear it was going to be like a damage burst rush thing, because we had to. The boss kept healing like for more and more health every time. So if I didn't have as much damage output, it probably would have been a lost cause kind of thing. But my gun was pretty damn OP, so. That's a lot of monsters. Stuff mid-game. Couldn't handle the awesome voice acting for any longer. Hey, Trippy. How can a Pokemon game be boring? Impossible. It's the thrill of catching them all.
The beasts of knowledge, touched by the misery of the Great Father, they release a white beast unto the forest.
Requiem
Its
of
howl
Soul.
is the requiem of souls.
Aru. Perdition.
Hordes of winged insects have broken through the divine barrier and attacked the village. What can this mean? At long last, has Elrom's day of judgment come to Cyrus?
It can't be that low budget with all this voice acting.
I do not believe that the divine barrier of Gehenna will hold much longer.
Not AAA, but I mean,
We must act. Do you not think so, High Priestess Garai?
more like mid-budget.
Destruction is often what comes of the beasts of knowledge. This could be an act of man. The minions of the forest could not have broken through the divine barrier on their own.
Whatever the cause may be, once the insects flew off, many of our people fell into a sleep from which they cannot wake. We must do something.
I deeply regret to say, those winged insects are the Onibubu, the locusts of
Onibubu.
apocalypse. The dust spread by the Onibubu plunges all into
Onibubu.
sleep, returning them to the earth. I hear the ancient empire of Gehenna was swallowed into the forest by an Onibubu attack.
Every time she says Onibubu, it's just hilarious.
It is a pity,
Can't stop giggling.
but never again shall they wake.
A pity, is it? How dare you? The only reason we allowed a wanderer like you to live here is because we believed in the divine magic of the Nagi. But you've let our people fall ill without even trying to help, and still you do nothing. So, your divine magic and spells were all just a hoax.
I don't like her.
What? You say there is some other way? Such as offering some kind of human sacrifice to pacify the forest?
Onibubu, yeah.
Better to have cut off the source of evil before it came to this, if all it would have taken was a sacrifice.
Foolishness. The forest lends no ear to the wishes of man.
If you speak the truth, then the evil spirits must be imprisoned, one and all.
Both of you, quiet down. Now, Garai, are you saying there is no way to awaken them?
The souls of those fallen to sleep wander the dream world. To retrieve their souls and return them to their bodies, we must...
Yes, that's it! The calabash herb!
Calabash.
If only we had the legendary herb, might it not cure the sleep sickness? Well now, Garai, are you not well versed in the ways of the forest? Chieftain, what do you say about sending Garai into the forest?
What would that accomplish? I would just be swallowed up and never heard from again. Although, the herb is said to cure the sleep sickness.
Well then, tell us if there is some other way. Or are you just going to sit around and let them all die? You always were a stranger among us.
Yeah.
Any further sacrifice will be the end of the village. Tradition states that a Cocoon Master shall suppress the demons. Since the Lion of Peril is no more, we have little choice. We must send a new Cocoon Master into the forest. Garai, we must perform the Sacred Union.
I don't want to watch that.
We of the Nagi were born to live together with the Cocoon Masters. Mahbu should not object. It is all for the sake of Cyrus. We are prepared.
I want to see a sacred union of those two.
So, then it is decided. Summon our new Cocoon Master, the son of the Line of Peril, and Mahbu, maiden of the Nagi tribe.
A sacred union between those two.
Have them both come to the Hall of Judgment.
I was implying a sacred union between him and her. It's like, no. But the younger ones, sure. Bond.
In order to cure the sick, the calabash herb must be retrieved from the forest. You are the child of a long line of Cocoon Masters in Cyrus. On this day, the Sacred Union shall be performed. As the successor to the Lion of Peril, you shall determine the fate of us all.
I think I saw something like that in
I
manual.
believed in your father, Riquettes. He was a courageous yet gentle man, even though he was swallowed up by the forest when the tide of fortune turned against him. He was certainly not a coward, as the villagers might have called him. Stand tall and work hard. I wish you luck in your father's stead. Oh yes, you must also cherish your wife.
Well, I'll cherish her every night.
A devoted husband is a Nagi woman's only salvation. You will understand someday. May fortune be with you in battle.
You look like they're like 14. Oops, sorry. The hell? 1 second. There.
According to tradition, I hereby conduct the sacred union.
Can we be doing that
Are you both ready?
tonight? I can see she came prepared.
O Elram,
Skimpy outfit.
god of the forest. O forest, mother to all. We, the beasts of knowledge, born of the forest, once again grant us here this day that which touches and moves thy worried heart, so that we, as beasts, may live in harmony with the forest. Oh, so wise. Oh, so wise.
Oh, the game's only rated T.
This is the earring of the hunter, symbol of your coming of age. As long as you possess it, you may escape death, even when defeated in the forest.
Right, no deaths.
It is my farewell gift to he who journeys to the land of ordeal. Now then, listen well, you two. Some people fear Cocoon Masters and call them impure hunters. Many will be prejudiced towards you. Nevertheless, you must persevere in your lonely struggle.
Hi, Mr. One. You have a great night.
A terrible ordeal also awaits the women of the Nagi. The infections on their bodies are the side effects of the cocoon purification process.
You.
These are known as cursed brandings.
If she's got an infection. There goes
In the
the
worst case,
honeymoon.
this can even cause death. Please, care for one another in sickness and in health. Tomorrow your lonely struggle shall begin. Sleep well this night, so that you may be ready to depart come morning.
Yeah, I'm in Canada. We don't have a holiday
To my house,
this
we
week, so
must prepare what you need for your journey.
it's not Thanksgiving weekend here, so yeah, definitely gonna be doing regular broadcast. No, it's not the first game with voice acting. We've had some other games. Like recently, we had Brave Fencer Musashi that had pretty large amount of voice acting, but this one's got a pretty good amount of it too. So yeah, Thanksgiving is like in October for Canada. We'll still have like Black Friday sales and stuff here because obviously competition with the U.S. and all that, but it's not a holiday here per se. There's definitely some voice acting in some of the games, but not like a lot of voice acting. You might have had a couple lines here and there that voice acted, but not in the kind of the level of or the amount that we had in these games here. Yeah, exactly. Like East definitely was probably one of the earliest ones that had a decent amount of voice acting. But only some lines, obviously some of the storylines were voice acted.
Ah, I knew you'd be here. What's the matter? Oh, I bet you're nervous.
What a weird outfit.
So much happened all at once today. I'm worn out.
Jeez, what were they doing a few minutes ago?
Adults always have to have it their way. That's why I don't like them. But it's strange, isn't it? Why is it that only Nagi women are able to purify? Mother Garai says it's divine power. But it doesn't seem that the villagers think so.
Who's up there? And who's playing that awful flute music in the middle of the night? After what already happened today? Do you want the monsters to attack again or something?
Yes.
Don't you have work to do tomorrow? Go to bed already!
What do you want? Oh, you must be scared. Isn't it
Barrows.
past your bedtime? Or are you too afraid to go to sleep?
I already told you, I'm not a kid! Try not to get eaten alive out there, tough guy! But I guess there's nothing scarier than Mahbu.
Ah, you are such a brat! You're making me lose my temper, you little twit. Well, we have an early start tomorrow. Better get to bed. And don't oversleep, young Cocoon Master.
You can't have our waifu die.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, Friends of Mishashi was fun, except for, you know, Steamwood times 2. God, that Steamwood was garbage. But they found it fun enough to include it twice in the game.
Your father was a noble man. Coward. According to tradition, I hereby proclaim your coming of age. Your pride from this day forward, treacherous.
Yeah. It was better than a timer on top of a timer.
So you dress like you've become a man. Still, you are but the son of a coward. Like father, like son.
He's Mushroom Man.
That Nagi maiden shall be left behind when you are killed in the forest. How pitiful!
This guy's an ass. Yeah, exactly right. Totally gonna have to save him at some point. I guess this guy's already paying respects. It's like fire or something like that. Yeah, his elemental things: fire, water, earth, and or fire, wind, earth, and water. And I guess water is strong against fire. Fire is strong against air. Air is strong against or earth, maybe. Yellow's probably earth. I know, right? The living it. An answer. It's a pet. A Taimel. Tamail. Capture it. Still too proud of himself there. Killed something that could have died to a magnifying glass.
Impressive. You are more capable than I expected. But such is not our true power. Do you think you are up to it?
No. Kick his ass again. Attack. Ah, I have him on the ropes. I got 1 pixel down. Ah, scared him away. Feared my wonderful power. Oh, not the damn dragon again. Stupid backflipping dragon. Ah, so close. Well, technically I've died twice now. You know, plot deaths and all, but... Yeah, on the PS2.
Ah, beaten already!
And you call yourself a Cocoon Master. You are nothing but the son of a coward!
We have the
White
Sacred Union.
is the beast of fate. Blue is the beast of righteousness.
It's rated adults only. I know, right? Like, he seems really intent on kicking her ass.
Wake up! You cried out in your sleep last night. Are you all right? From this day forward, you are the Cocoon Master of Cyrus.
Hooray!
You must be strong.
Yes, Mom.
Now, you had better head over to Mother Garai's house. Mahbu is probably waiting for you there, too.
Oh, you've finally come by, have you?
What's that thing shining in his pants?
I have something I want to give you right away.
I guess that's the save point.
Have a seat right here. Soon you will enter the forest as a Cocoon Master. At the forest entrance, there are 4 gates through the divine barrier. To pass through them, you must have the right key. One of them is here in Cyrus. It is the key to the Beetle Gate. Louis the Watchtower Guard
Beetlegate,
has
Beetlegate,
it.
Beetlegate.
Once you get the key from Louis, you must go deep into the Beetle Forest. Another Cocoon Master lives there. People call him the Blue Cocoon Master. His name is Chorus, and he is a very capable man.
You seem to know from
Finding the
experience.
cannabis herb is important, but first you must learn to fend for yourself. No doubt there is much you can learn from him, for he too is a Cocoon Master. In the meantime, I have gathered what you will need for your journey. If you need something else, you should go to the town shop.
With what money?
Wounds can only be healed by mugwort herbs. Make sure you have enough. Oh, and do not forget to arm yourself. When your empty cocoons run out, you can get more from Mahbu.
Pokeballs?
Oh yes, I almost forgot something very important. This is the Flute of Capture. The sound of this flute serves both to imprison and summon minions. Your father, Ricketts, entrusted it to me.
Rickets?
A fateful meeting it was. Ah, but perhaps some other time I will tell you all about it.
So, capture received. You received supplies for your journey. You actually play now? Come on. Apparently triangle also moves us forward. That's weird. Got a hunter's vest now. Attack is better, the speed is worse. Used for cutting away branches and carving meat. Often used for playing in the woods or at the river. Yes, that's what we use for playing in the woods, a knife. You have 200 yen, some mudwork, mugwort. Grows in open areas of the forest, increase health and slows bleeding. Grind leaves in the powder and apply to wounds. Valerian powder. Poison antidote. Wait, there's poison. Well, an adult Cocoon Master takes you to the back of the berry gate when in the forest. This is like a quick teleporter thing. It just works when we die.
So now you're going into the forest. I don't know why, but I'm a little worried. But if worse comes to worse, you can always use the earring of the hunter to return home safely.
Alright, so I guess we can use it any time. That's nice to have a quick teleport item.
So I went ahead and married you, huh? You'd better take good care of me now. Oh, come on, I'm just joking. It feels strange, doesn't it? I guess things are gonna get serious real soon, huh? Be careful out there. So now you're going into the...
Yes, she does.
I've already spoken with Louis. Now, go to the Watchtower Hut and get the key to the Beetle Gate. From the forest entrance, you will find the Divine Barrier Gate, and then on to the Beetle Forest. Godspeed to you.
Godspeed. God, tank controls, why do you suck so much? Yep, tank controls. I don't know why the hell they think tank controls is a good idea. The worst thing ever. And the triangle button actually moves you forward too, like it runs forward. So you can either hold down the square button and like up, move forward, or you can press the triangle button. Really weird.
Wait a sec.
Pretty standard in this area though.
Here. This is a ring given to me by the Nagi chieftain when I was born. It's very special to me. I should have given it to you before, but I was too embarrassed. When I wear this ring, somehow I feel at peace. I hope it helps you too. Well, take care, okay?
Here's a Reese. Well, I mean, she's like, what, 12? So, I guess she has an annoying brat still.
Oh, it's really nothing, but... I'll be thinking about you.
I know, it's like... Resident Evil, sure, but in an RPG, no. I don't know what the hell they were thinking, but... There you have it. Tank controls, yay. Hopefully the dungeons... I mean, it sucks in town, so hopefully the dungeons aren't like this. I don't know. I don't know what to expect in dungeons.
Are you doing all right? Being a Cocoon Master is tough, but you keep at it. I can teach you many things in place of your father.
Many things? Weapons.
You can buy weapons and armor at the blacksmith. You know Kelmar's house, right? His father is a blacksmith. He may be a bit gruff, but he is a very skilled blacksmith. If you are wounded in the forest, continuing the hunt is very dangerous.
No.
There are many different types of items which can help you at such times.
Yeah.
You buy them down at the town shop. Make sure you get plenty of everything you need there. And
Yes.
you can get empty cocoons for imprisoning minions from Mahbu.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna need Pokeballs. Hopefully Pokeballs aren't expensive.
You cannot buy weapons and supplies without money. That is why you should spin white cocoons. The thread from white cocoons is very high quality and can be sold for a lot of money. But once you spin the cocoon, you will lose the magic beast inside. Consider that carefully before asking Mahbu to spin them for you.
So you can basically use a minion as a minion, or you can sell it for money, basically.
Although the forest beasts attack us villagers and sometimes seem quite treacherous, they are really just agents of Elrum, the god of the forest. The Cocoon Masters and Nagi people are wise in the ways of the forest. In fact, we have a term of respect for the creatures there. We call them forest minions. People of the village call them abominations, monstrosities, all because they look horrific and terrify us.
Burn the forest down. Problem solved.
Even our town elders, like the Venerable Jabara, have more contemptuous names for them. But they all refer to the same thing. They say, pure words beget a clean heart. You should mind your language too, my son.
A language. Goodbye.
Take care. I will always be praying for you.
You're flabbergasted. What for, like, the character ages? I don't know how old they are, but they definitely seem pretty damn young. I'm not sure if they even mention in the manual. Got a nice full color manual. Well, like full color, I mean minor color, but there's the character list here. Mahbu, Levant. I don't mention their ages, but they definitely look like they're at the most like 15. 14 or 15. Oh, we haven't gotten to the meat and potatoes of the game yet. Hopefully it doesn't... Having the circle button as the menu button is annoying. I'm used to the triangle button being menu, so... Circle is a bad place for menu. Is there an option to change that? Options in here? Nope. This triangle is like run forwards. There's a tank controls, of course.
Huh? What is it? If you're looking for Kelmar, he's not here. This is just great. Where could he be running off to now? Come back some other time if it's a strong weapon you want. It's been so long since I made a weapon for a Cocoon Master. But even if you had one, would you know how to use it?
What a nice guy. Oh, here comes the wife. He's in trouble now.
Really, he's so unfriendly, isn't he? I'm sorry, his hands are skilled, but his tongue is not. Our son will never find a good bride with a father like you. They're both so stubborn, aren't you even listening to me?
Well, Battle Axe is definitely an appropriate turn for her.
As you can see, he has a hard head, but he is the best blacksmith in all of Parel.
Isn't he the only blacksmith in all
If you
Parel?
ever need weapons, come again.
Doesn't seem like a big town, so I don't think there'd be more than one blacksmith in this town. Yeah, he shut up real quick as soon as she came in, too.
I don't have anything good for you yet. But you can buy what I've already made.
Yep, tank controls. A lot of fun. I'm already hating them. Need 500 for a bronze sword, which is barely better. Seems like you just get more attack but less speed. Chainmail vest again reduces our speed. One more defense. Can't afford any of it. Leather headband. And leather woven in. Protects head from animal claw scratches. Yeah, it's two extra defense for $100. I'll buy it. Actually, no, we need to buy. Oh, we need cocoons or something. Where's the town shop actually?
If you need a more powerful weapon, come back later. Maybe I'll have something ready by then.
For companionship. Indeed, they do. Oh, okay. It's like, there's only 3 things here. I guess I had to scroll down. And there's a lot of places, holy crap. Alright, we need some cocoons. I was gonna say, she's gonna have an annoying voice, but luckily they didn't voice her. Oh my, how nice. It's been so long since we've had a Cocoon Master. Let me know if there's anything you need. Shab liquor. Well, I guess we're old enough to drink. Throw minion reach fiend mana. So I guess this isn't where we buy the cocoons. Must be another shop. Where's my boy gone off to now? Maybe he went to listen to minstrels in the village square. Oh god. Tank controls, why? Turning in tank controls is the worst. Like seriously. There's like a... Like literally as soon as you step in, there's like a transition, screen transition. Like right here, bam! There's a screen transition. Like why can't they just start right here? The shelter for those who have fallen to a slumber by the Onibubu. I keep having to wait before, you know, to see if the voice acting will kick in or not. All those people look like they're pre-rendered, so I guess they're staying here forever. Yeah, good point. Well, it looks like it's for minions anyways, so it's more like you feed it to your minions and you drink it yourself, so... Oh, Silk Mill seems to be a good place to get cocoon. If I get empty cocoons, and that's probably where you sell the silk afterwards. Unless, of course, the quote is from me, then it's not that easy. Your mom hasn't showed up today. Just got a thing for my mom. Wonder what he's smoking. The fate of the village had been trusted a trader's child. You're still young to be fighting those demons. Yeah. 1 hour in, haven't even, like, gone to a real dungeon yet. We need to buy cocoons. I was expecting this to be voiced, considering it was like a cutscene. They say Fio's son has assumed the title of Cocoon Master. So is he to be the one who will search for the herb? Hope he's up to it. A little worried, huh? What do you expect? My own son has fallen ill, you know? Yeah, but... So, it will be Mahbu who performs purifications then. Yes, that's the problem. That strange sickness. I wonder if that's a curse too. And we shouldn't talk like this. It'd be terrible if someone hurt us. He's struck down by magic. Now that would be unfortunate. I bet your husband wouldn't mind if that happened. Ha 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 ha. Yeah. What a challenge. Weather isn't here yet. So now you're heading to the forest. Good luck, we're counting on you. If you're ever in a bind, come and speak to us anytime, honey. Why, Mice, your husband falls ill and you've already abandoned him for a younger man. Hehehe. Yeah, that's enough of that. Sorry, Levant. You better be on your way. Alright, so much for this place selling cocoons. Where the hell do we get cocoons? God, these tank controls are gonna piss me off over the course of this game. Watchtower, Nam's house, Musa's house, Wen's house, cemetery. You can find cocoons in the cemetery. They did say the town shop, but they didn't sell them in the town shop. Maybe we'll just run to somebody in wherever we have to go.
What Mother Garai said. But I don't like any of it. I mean, you of all people. Just because Raketz is your dad. You'll just go into the forest and get eaten by monsters.
Want to take my place?
Is your flute really that powerful? That's so lame. Ha! I'll go get the calabash myself. Just wait right here!
No can do, little guy. I know how you feel, Louis, but you can't go. You can seek your revenge at some other time. Besides, you know how scary the forest is, right? And how little we can do there.
So there'd be more of that conversation. I'm like waiting for something to happen.
Fine. Kelmar is right. You can go do it. Here's the beetle key. The chief gave it to me to look after. With it lies the fate of the village.
Very
Use
likely.
it to enter the beetle gate. The cottage of Master Chorus is deep inside the forest. He's a powerful Cocoon Master, and he might know something about that herb.
Yeah, he has that kind of that voice that sounds like it would go well with like a lot of like annoying little kid kind of characters. So Yeah, I could see him being in a lot of a lot of games in anime because of that.
Now what? Get out of here before I change my mind!
Look, try to understand how he feels. Ever since his parents were killed in the forest, all he's ever thought about is slaying those monsters. He may be cocky, but in his own way, he's just trying to be a man. So, he's now a magnificent Cocoon Master. It's all happened so fast. Take good care of Mahbu. If you ever make her cry, I'm coming after you, buddy.
I'm keeping an eye on you, buddy. Trying to take my wife? Ain't gonna happen. Well, I guess there's not too many like young girls in this village from the looks of it, so. Pressing the stupid circle button. It's terrible. The insects have ravaged our fields. But I guess only the main characters have voices. All these like side characters aren't gonna have any voices. Take care of Mahbu. It's all because of what happened yesterday. So, you will enter the forest? I'm counting on you. You're our only hope. Alright, Diesel. Have a great night. Thanks for stopping on by. We got the forest gates open now. Trying to enjoy the forest. I'm just exploring the entire town. There's all this talk about us bringing cocoons, and nobody sells cocoons. Yeah, go to the forest shop and buy some empty cocoons. Go to the forest shop and not one cocoon to be bought. Maybe now that we have the key, maybe they'll let us buy cocoons. I don't know. Or we just have to go into the forest and they'll be like, "Hey, you need cocoons," and they'll send us back. We'll be able to pick up cocoons. Well, the nice thing about PS3 is the PS3 upscales the games, which makes it look a lot better. PS2 has, I mean, I'm not sure if the default is like with the smoothing. I know there's kind of like a smoothing mode on PS2, but you know, probably worse than the smoothing mode on PS3. But with the upscaling of the PS3, it looks about as sharp as you can possibly make it. And the problem with the PS2, at least for streaming, is that PS1 games, some PS1 games can change resolutions. Like some of them might have higher resolution menus and that. And when you're trying to do that with the capture card, that's going to wreak havoc with the capture card. While PS3 does the upscaling internally, so you don't have to worry about resolution switches. And with PS1 games with PS2, you're basically stuck with capturing it with the composite cables, because with component, you know, it would be 240p over component, and very few capture cards, including mine, or as well as mine, can't capture 240p over component. So you have to use composite, which looks like crap. So PS3 is definitely the best bet, anyways, for PS1 games. They look the best. Plus, of course, you have the whole ability of, you know, infinite memory cards. That makes things a lot easier. Oh man.
My, how you've grown. Those clothes become you. You look just like Riquette's when he was a young lad.
What was it? Now you want to hear my stories? Yeah, I recommend PS3 for practically every PS1 game. And as far as I'm aware, PS3 also has a better chance of like the game running. So some games might not run as well on PS2 or might not run at all on PS2. On PS3, they have a better chance. It's not 100% compatibility, but it's a lot better than PS2. I guess because the way because the PS3 does most of the basically the entire game is emulated, versus PS2 kind of does it the combination of like emulation and hardware. Yeah, exactly. There's a couple of minor things here and there, but overall, I definitely find it's the best look for PS1 games. Legend of Alcana. Ooh, FMB.
This is a tale of the kingdom of Gehenna Pali.
Got this voice.
Stretched across these lands long ago. Once upon a time, Prince Menek, son of King Karis, set out with his vassals to hunt in the forest. But in the forest they were enveloped by a thick fog, and the prince lost his way. Wandering aimlessly about, he happened upon a marsh from which grew an enormous tree. Thereupon he heard the sound of sobbing, but he knew not from where. He found a maiden sitting all alone. She was weeping by the marsh. "I am Alcana. I just buried my mother here in the marsh of Uban," she said. And then she looked up at the prince. He was overwhelmed by her beautiful eyes. The maiden stole his heart that day. It was truly a fateful meeting. Thereafter, the prince made frequent trips into the forest. Undoubtedly, he was paying visits to the maiden. The
Yeah, I know,
maiden
right?
had a strange power. She could talk to the insects and trees. Before long, there began a terrible rumor that the prince's heart had been stolen by a witch. One day the maiden spun silk from fairy cocoons and wove it into a beautiful cloth for the king. But the brilliance of that cloth cast a shadow upon the kingdom. The king was so enthralled by the fairy silk that he sent his soldiers into the forest, where they ravaged for fairy cocoons. The fairies, still in their cocoons, were boiled alive. The king killed them so he could have their silk. The prince pleaded with his father to stop his cruelty, but the king was no longer the man he had once been. Prince Menek was charged with treason and imprisoned in the king's deepest dungeon. He was never heard from again. When the maiden learned of the prince's death, she cursed her fate and lamented the foolishness of man. She then cast herself away into the marsh where her mother lay. As she started to drown, a voice from nowhere whispered to her, "I am Elrum. I shall grant you your wish. Tell me what you want," said the voice. The maiden told Elrum all that weighed upon her heart.
Where's that part of echo?
The maiden said, "Greed bears destructive knowledge. Its wicked power shall be the end of the forest. All hope is lost. The beasts of knowledge shall never live in peace with the forest. The one light of hope, who I so loved, has perished at the hands of the beasts. I now go to where my love Menek awaits." Thereupon Elrum spoke again. "So you claim that your true love was torn asunder by the greed and hatred of the beasts of knowledge? When light is swallowed
long
up
story,
by
holy crap.
darkness, I shall unleash ruin upon the land, returning all to the nothingness from whence it came. I have a firm grip upon the darkness in your heart.
Yeah, I know, right?
From that day forward, demons appeared in the forest, terrifying all they came upon. and the kingdom of Gehenna fell to ruin by the swarms of Onibubu, locusts of apocalypse. The demons that haunt the forest now are the beasts spawned by the greed in man's heart.
Jeez, how is this game only one disc? I mean, there's a lot of voice acting, there's a lot of, like...
Well, that is the end of the story.
A lot of FMVs.
I know you're busy, but come by any time. I shall always be here.
I don't know. You sound like you're about to die after that story. Jeez. That's going to re-narrate the Lord of the Rings movies. That'd be hilarious. Jeez. Oy. Yeah, this is like one disc. I mean, obviously there wasn't a lot of like movement in that FMV, so I could probably progress pretty well, but like, damn. There's a pretty decent amount of voice acting so far. Oops. This must be a pretty full disc. Why is this guy hanging out of the cemetery anyways? To tell his stories. Let's go see the minstrels at the village square. These are minstrels? These guys look like they're about to die too. No voice acting, yes. We're the minstrels who journey from village to village. We came to sing happy songs today, being the festival. But such a terrible thing has happened. We shan't leave the village with things the way they are. We shall stay here until the trouble subsides. You say that. I'll not stay here and die with them. By the way, you're dressed. By the way you're dressed, you must be the Cocoon Master. What's this? Is not the line of Parel the Cocoon Master here? So, the rumors are true. Well then, a lot of people are counting on you. Aren't they? But you're still so young, aren't you? Screw you two minstrels. Goddamn. Yeah, sounds about right. Gonna be filled to the brim. Hopefully the disc is in good condition, because one scratch is probably gonna screw everything up.
Hey, loser! Kelmar was worried, so he asked me to show you the way.
Sure, he did.
I feel sorry for you, so I'll lead you there just this once. Don't forget how to get there, and try to keep up!
Thanks, Louie.
Okay, this is the Divine Barrier. Use the beetle key to open the beetle gate. Duh!
I know, right? We're far from the village, no one knows so. We'll see.
Right. From there on out, it's all up to you.
Just stabbing him in the back as soon as he turns around. Dump the body in a bush somewhere. Finally get to enter the dungeon. An hour and 17 minutes. There's like 4 dungeons or something? God damn these controls. Ugh. Far right. Not far left. Standing right near the entrance.
Who are you? I've seen poachers who impersonate Cocoon Masters. If you are a real Cocoon Master, show me by playing that flute. Slowly now.
He wants us to show him us playing with our flute slowly. That sounds very weird.
I know that tune. Are you the son of Riquettes, the Cocoon Master of Cyrus? If the son of Riquettes has been sent into the forest, the village must be in danger. Tell me what has happened in Cyrus. I see. So the Onibubu have reached Cyrus as well. And you came to search for the calabash herb, huh? But you're flute playing. You don't know anything yet, do you? Your father would never forgive me if I just let you go into the forest to die. I am Chorus, the Blue Cocoon Master. On behalf of my comrade Riquettes, I shall initiate you to the arts of the Cocoon Masters.
Arts, the Cocoon Master. Oh, the training is a difficult one. Let me ask me anything. Holy crap, alright.
The minions of the forest are full of melancholy, and are thus
Pretty
very
much is.
dangerous. It is our task to capture them, but first, they must be weakened. It is for this purpose only that you would attack with a weapon. Let's have you learn the basics by actually fighting a minion. Have you any mugwort herb? For after a fight, wounds and exhaustion must not be ignored. Use this now. Here we go.
Battle begins. Start off with an attack. Slice deep into the monster. Yes, no need to hold back. Jeez. It's a deep slice for sure. Ow. Attacking is a basic tactic for damaging the enemy, but will not stop a counterattack. It will especially do no good if you're fighting multiple opponents or a single powerful enemy, and try to defend yourself. But he's almost dead. Can't we just capture him? Fine. Defending, you decrease the damage you receive, but doing only this lets the enemy attack at will. Balancing attacks with defense against your enemies is crucial. Now then, how can you fight without losing health? Items like Mugwort Herb, which restore your health, are very helpful indeed. Try using your Mugwort Herb during combat. But I can capture it. No matter how much you attack, sooner or later you'll lose all your health if you keep taking damage. But using a Mugwort Herb will help you recover. Understand? Yay for battle.
Attacking is the most important technique in battle. Continue to battle while restoring your strength as long as you still have Mugwort Herbs. However, if you run out of Mugwort and your health is running low, then it is better to retreat than defend. These are the basic rules of combat. But remember, the mission of the Cocoon Master is not to kill, but to soothe souls.
Sounds like he was actually going to say Levant and then they just cut it out because you can change your name.
May be, you must not kill. Killing will bring you nothing. Good job. Take this as a symbol of your hard work.
Yeah, totally not Pokemon, right? Trains development. Capture.
The The sound of your flute shall soothe the minions' souls. Trapping them in empty cocoons is known as capturing. Let's have you learn the basics by fighting a minion. Here we go.
Minion rages uncontrollably. The sound of your flute cannot touch his heart like this. First, you must let him know who's boss. Attack him! Kick his ass. Once they have been weakened about this much, try to capture them. Try it now! But we don't have any Pokeballs. Seems to be a really slow process here. He's not even using his flute, he's just like holding it up. No. I guess that's his Pokeball.
Well, that's it, more or less. Your success with capturing depends on your skill with the flute. And the only way to improve is to imprison as many minions as you can. You
Look more
won
like a
this time
Squirtle.
because I used a weak minion. In reality, you won't have it so easy. Train hard and work on your flute playing. In time, capturing minions will become easier for you. And you can only carry so many empty cocoons with you. Each time a capture fails, you lose one. It would be wise to return to the village if you run out. The minion you just captured is my gift to you.
Squirtle.
However, it is useless until it is purified.
Purified, you say?
Simply trapping a minion in a cocoon will not soothe its spirit. It requires purification. If you are a Cocoon Master, you must have taken a Nagi woman as your bride in the sacred union. Have your wife purify a firefly cocoon. It will then become a white cocoon. Once it becomes a white cocoon, you can summon the minion into battle. We are called Cocoon Masters because we have the power to summon magical minions. In order to beckon these minions, we must translocate our earthly vessels. In other words, the minions fight in our stead.
Translocator. Earthly
Mesmerized
vessels.
by the sound of the flute. After all, we are but beasts of knowledge, no match for the minions deep in the forest. That means we must fight minion with minion. However, you may only take 3 magical beasts with you at a time. Each minion possesses one of 4 distinct elemental properties. Keep the following relationships in mind. Earth repels water. Water extinguishes fire. Fire eliminates air, and wind whittles away earth. Know your opponent and develop a strategy first.
Yeah, like we're basically, it's pretty much a prearranged marriage kind of thing, and then the sacred union was just performed, which, you know, she's now our wife, so quote-unquote wife. No, I guess use her to purify these cocoons. Yeah, it definitely look like it. We look like we're she looks like she's like 14. We're about the same, if anything. But I think they're husband and wife in name only. It is a rated T game after all.
Magic beasts gain strength through victory in battle. And by merging different beasts together, they will become even stronger. Try it once you have
Baby
obtained
beasts.
a few. Your wife shall merge them for you.
But
Be
I want to
warned
merge with my
that
wife.
While merging does pass on characteristics of both beasts, elemental properties and special abilities can either be strengthened or weakened. For this is the one thing I cannot teach you. You must master this process yourself.
Goodbye.
Very well. Now, you must try to apply what you have learned. My cottage is deep inside this forest. If you arrive there safely, you shall receive my approval. Oh, son of the Lion of Peril, you shall become a Cocoon Master worthy of your father's name.
Sound like slightly different voice actor there. You're 2 hours in, yeah. Alright, so we do have like some empty. Before I go back, I should try to capture some more monsters. A Partron is a water-based one. God, these tank controls, man.
You seem hesitant. Well, I understand. But you must complete the test on your own. Very well. Now,
into the forest. I guess monsters appear in the overworld. Makes it a little easier. Fire-based ant thing. Should I try hitting it one more time? We did 10 damage the first hit, we did 9 damage the second hit. Good, 1 damage. That should be easy enough to capture now. Katemel, I choose you! Hooray! Yeah. Funny, right? Well, technically not. I'm just, maybe leveled up. I'm just capturing monsters now. Before we go back. So we can actually get some monsters to fight alongside of us. How dare you mock the blank flips? I don't want another one of these. I already got one of these. Stop chasing me! On top of it, leans against the base of a rock. Knowledge 1 picked up. Water-based attacks are effective against fire-based. Yeah. I mean, it's quite obvious in the actual battle, considering there's like a little diagram showing you. Leave me alone! fine. We'll grab a second one. Let's try capturing at 9. So obviously another hit's gonna kill it, so... Nope. Looks like that failed. Guess we're not capturing it. You had to moiter it. It's gonna be a pain in the ass trying to kill these things. Or trying to capture these things. I mean, if you do too much damage, you don't do enough damage, then, you know, you can't capture it. You do too much damage, then you kill it. You can't do anything in between. Unless you can switch weapons in the middle of battle and just equip like a really weak weapon. But we got like the second weakest weapon we can equip right now. Oh yeah, I mean, obviously Pokemon was super popular, so, you know, Pokemon clones are definitely a popular thing, right? This is a teleporter or something? Warp pad? But I guess we don't have anything to warp to, so... Yeah, when you get a popular series like Pokemon coming out, of course the copycats are going to start flowing out. It's the Earth-based one. A Skybe. A freaky looking thing. That's air-based. You need an air-based one. Ow. Yeah, it must have done well enough for them to make a sequel, I guess. Yeah, these backflips. So we have a water, fire, and air. We just need an earth-based one before we go back. This part's annoying. Can I skip this in any way? No. Well, the graphics aren't terrible. I mean, it's all pre-rendered stuff, I guess, so there's that. But, yeah. Sprites aren't terrible looking for the era. Oh, cloth sack is stuck between leaves of ivy, covering a boulder. That's a pretty long description for saying, hey, you picked up some stuff. Yeah, they do load between the screens relatively quick. Damn it. I want my knowledge piece. Battle is slow as hell, though. Ow. Xenogears, I don't recall the load times being terrible or anything in there. Does the capture level just increase the rate in which we can capture things? It doesn't seem to increase our stats in any way. A broken rock. A stone tablet remains intact. Alright, we need to heal up here. As we can teleport back to town anytime using this hunter's earring. There is that. There's 7 more MTs to use. 2 skeebs. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, it's always a problem with discs, like, end up being scratched. You don't know until you play, like, through a lot of it. You know, like, you see some minor scratches on the disc surface itself, it's like, alright, I'll try it out, and then it loads fine and everything, and then you get to a point where it just refuses to load. That happened to me in, on 2 discs of not Grand Stream Saga, what the hell was it called? Yeah, actually it was Grand Stream Saga, yeah. Grand Stream Saga. Hey Cor, thanks for the host. Welcome everyone. Welcome to some Jade Cocoon, some not Pokemons. Totally not Pokemons at all. There's no way you can possibly confuse this with Pokemon. All we're getting is these air dudes. I want some non-air dudes. I want an earth dude. So what game were you playing today there, Car? It's more amazing 6th generation stuff. Yeah, I had 2 copies of Grand Stream Saga. Both of them had issues in certain areas. I eventually had to play like a backup burnt copy of it. Sucked. Shadow Man. Not familiar with that one. What kind of game is that? Shadow Man. Sounds like a stealth action game. Adventure game? Good 2 lets you walk on fire but not swim in lava. Yeah, that's close enough. Fire, water, or fire, lava. Same difference. Is pink thing anything? God, this game has tank controls and tank controls, man. Halt boy.
Halt boy!
Again, things are like.
I've heard rumors of men who disguise themselves as Cocoon Masters to poach game here.
Hey, Louie.
You may be one of them. We must find out whether or not you're the real thing.
You had 3 hours of sleep last night. That sucks. I'm going to beat Louie up. Well, at least we get to beat Louie up. It's gonna be satisfying. How does Louie even know about our dream anyways? He's dressing up as the masked man in our dream. Like, did we tell him about it after we had a dream? I don't know. Oh yeah, I can imagine. I had like night shifts last week, and this week I have day shifts. So it's gonna be readjusting to that. Luckily I have like, you know, a weekend to kind of adjust, but I haven't really been doing too much adjusting. The last couple streams have been pretty long. Alright, let's kill Louie. Yay! Haha! Going down, Louie. Yeah, saves the vocal cords for sure. Not everything is voiced, but a huge amount of it, and it's only a single disc game, which is surprising considering how much voice acting there is. Sparkdown does. Yes, he did.
Ow! That hurts!
Yes, it did. That was loud.
Alright, that's all for now. Master Chorus's cottage lies ahead. Go on! Get out of here! Next time I won't go so easy on you!
I heard mixed things about Fallout 76. I mean, looking at some gameplay of it, it's like, yeah, I'm not even interested in even trying it out. It's definitely meh looking. This is great walnut do. Uses max health, not packing energy if you're spreading any trees. Strengthens the body, protects against aging. It's like a permanent health increase. Wow, 2 points. Well, no, that part there was on purpose, right? Because, I mean, he was wearing a mask, so they wanted to make it sound like he was wearing a mask. Yeah, I know, right? What, Bethesda game that's broken? How? That's impossible. It's because of an eerie and moist blue glow. I've never heard a glow be described as moist. That is a weird thing to describe a glow. Aquazora picked up. It's a really moist glow, man. Yeah. Didn't they kind of say that they were going to use that engine for like Elder Scrolls 6 and that other sci-fi one they're making? Like, really? Oh yeah. Yeah, that sucks. It definitely seems very unfinished. Which, I mean, is pretty standard for, like, every Bethesda game. But, like, come on. It feels like it's a game that should still be in beta. It's like, nope, we gotta bring it out for the holiday season, so we're bringing it out now, and we'll just patch it later. Which, of course, means never. They'll just have the fans patch it for them. Haven't seen this one yet. It's an earth one. It's another air one. It's got 61 health though. Ooh, this one's gonna be a little tough. That's level 3 as well. Well, we can capture level 3, so. Yeah, exactly. That definitely doesn't interest me. It's like the bare bones of a Fallout game. Red should be enough to capture it. Ow. Yeah, let's hit it one more time. Mm. Bitbon 76 on Wi-Fi. Wow. Yeah, that's just like, oh man, Bethesda, like, oh come on, I'm dead. Fuck. I was about to capture him. I guess there's no deaths. It just like teleports you back to teleports you back out. You can't die in this game. Don't mean losing any money. You just like get booted out according to the manual. Like you're just out of there, and then you just don't get experience for the fight that you lost. That's it. While we're here, might as well go to town and get these 4 things. Kind of. Oh, yeah, and of course we're at 1 HP, so. Yeah, which is like how the hell did they make a game in 2018 that has game logic tied to frame rate? I mean, like what? Maybe back in the 80s that was a thing, but nowadays, like seriously? Yeah, Elder Scrolls Online was an actual MMO. It wasn't just like an empty open world game and just like let the players do whatever the hell they want kind of thing. It just seems like a bad idea from the beginning, and I haven't heard good things since it came out. So
Don't overdo it until you get better at hunting, all right?
yes, Miss White.
Try talking with Mother Garai if there's something you don't understand.
You spin these.
But I'd watch out. Her stories can be long and boring. But don't tell her I said that.
If he's always on, ouch. That sucks.
Our enemy we love, and for the tormented we pray. Grant us, the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit.
So bright. Yeah, she's acting the part of a wife real well, isn't she? Keep these here with me. Just tell me when you need them. Give them to me. 50 means I can combine them and create a new one for you. I wonder if we merge 2 of the same one. Like with 2 Skyebs. It's got more attack than this one. Got more defense as well. It's got less magic defense. So even multiple ones of the same thing are... So, from what I can tell in the manual, if you combine, let's say a water and a fire together, it's, you know, water is usually weak to earth, fire is weak to water, and of course fire is strong against air or whatever. Air is weak to fire. But if you combine water and fire, then your Pokemon is going to be weak to earth and water. Even though it's got water, you think water would be strong against water. Kind of a weird combination thing, but whatever. Okay, so that's going to raise its attack by 1, its defense by 1, it's going to raise its level. At least you can kind of see what's going to result before you actually do it. Do we cancel? Can I like both X and triangle are combined? Like, too bad you're making it no matter what. Chose these 2 already. No. Okay. You choose no afterwards. Just will make defense go down, magic attack go up, speed go up. View form. The freak! Apparently the order you merge them also makes a difference. Do this and this, it's going to be different than doing the other way around. In fact, result is attack goes up, defense goes up by 2, magic attack goes down. It looks completely different. Keep them separate for now. Let's just combine two of the air ones. So if I combine this way, it's like one attack, one defense. If I combine it the other way, man, then I get like one attack, one magic defense. So even combining two of the same thing, it's like you still have to, the order you merge them makes a difference. It's gonna get annoying. Let's do this.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
Yeah, well, 14 was basically rebooted, and yeah, the reboot is actually good compared to the original. But I don't know, Fallout 76, it's not like it's an MMO to begin with, so they would just have to add a lot of content in there. And I don't know, did they even indicate that they're adding like more content to it? It definitely feels unfinished though. It feels like it's like a framework of a game. Skybe. Sure, keep it a Skybe.
Well, good luck. I'll always be here if you need anything.
Anything? Okay, so our cocoon's empty automatically, so we don't have to buy new ones, it looks like. When she purifies them, I guess the cocoons are empty. So I don't know if we spin them, if then they're still going to be empty, or... That's why I don't buy games right off the bat. I never follow the hype anymore. I've been burned with hype before, so I was like, alright, I'm in no rush to play these games. I'll wait. I'll wait till they go on sale. How much money do we have? I guess we didn't really have any money because we had to spin cocoons to make money. Only a handful of times. More than once is like, you know, as they say, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you. Or, sorry, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's... Hey, Sashi, yep. Rare Side Eve is done. I heard Mass Effect Andromeda isn't that bad, it's just, you know... It's just not what people wanted in a Mass Effect game. But in terms of the game itself, from what I hear, it's not terrible. Yep, another weird 3D over. With hand controls of all things. God, controlling this thing is ass. Well, it looks like I should be able to go over here. Oh, alright. Apparently I can. I just have to press the button. Secret. Yeah. Huh. He's trying to lure us into a trap, isn't he? He's just trying to run away. Get back here. Yeah, no kidding. We don't have an earth the guy yet, so... I got 25 health. Mukhambu. Aw, man, it heals itself. It's gonna be a real pain in the ass to capture. Right, don't heal yourself. Success! It's a big ass beetle and a flower. Treasure! It's locked. What? How the hell do we open locked chest? Do we need keys? No indication of keys. Can we just smash it open? So you only get experience if you kill an enemy, or not kill an enemy. If you capture it. If you kill it, then no XP. No, and the Monster Rancher ones I consider more like simulation games, so... those ones aren't really RPGs. Oh, he's defending there. Pretty good. Oh, come on! It's healing again. Trying to get something into the red status is a pain in the ass. You don't want to overkill it, but you can't. It's like you can control your damage output that easily. And then we just kill it. Can we just have to get through due to monster lifespans? As in, like, monsters die quickly? Mirror of Deva, what is that? Gotcha. That's kind of annoying. So you can't really work like on a one monster and level them up. Alright, let's try to capture this because another hit's gonna kill it. Gotcha. Kind of like this game here. Let's merge them all together. Affects all unclean elements. Protects against all abnormal states will break in the process. Okay, so basically removes status effects. Tank controls. What's the guy's name? Looks like a fire-based one. Yep. Can use our water-based guy on it. I wonder if we use like a if we use a Pokemon against it, do we? I guess we can't capture it, right? Maybe the Pokemon gets experience. Extra damage versus fire, higher water element ratio deals more damage. Water attack, very effective against fire-based enemies. Does this use mana? Okay, it does. They use a lot of mana actually. Both of these use same amount of mana. Let's try Horn. You don't get much. You don't do much damage if you're not doing elemental attacks. Alright, so you don't waste a turn by switching, which is nice. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would definitely do it. Yeah, so it looks like we probably need to kill something like the enemy in order for... Well, it looks like we regenerated though. So I guess regeneration happens after the fight. Family goes from Arpathon to Arpathon to Arpathon. It's a great family. So not pull Telltale games, really? And Telltale is basically dead at this point, but... I guess, yeah, like... It's not like anybody bought Telltale, so where would the money be going, right? It would make sense they would pull them from the store. They basically declared bankruptcy, didn't they? Yeah, that would make sense too. Licensing. God, these tank controls, man. Tank controls can die in a fire. Two enemies now? What the hell? Wow. That's crazy though. See, that's the biggest problem I have with any sort of digital media, right? I mean, you buy something and it's digital, unless you download the copy, it could disappear. You could no longer be able to be downloaded, and obviously it could disappear from being able to be purchased. I mean, that's why I've always been a proponent of like physical, because digital is just, there's no guarantee it's gonna be there tomorrow. Son of a bitch. We already got enough of these guys. Let's try to kill it with one of these dudes. Yep. I mean, it's happened time and time again. I mean, digital stores like disappear. So unless you've downloaded the stuff previously, your stuff is gone. You know, stuff like the Wii store, the DS store, gone now. And of course, games being pulled from the store, stuff like Skull Pilgrim. On the PlayStation stores, no longer available. You know. Novice. Yeah, exactly. Eventually, you know, they're going to close the PS3 store, they're going to close the Xbox 360 store, because, you know, it might not happen for another little while, but it's going to happen. They're not going to keep up the servers infinitely. Nobody's using them anymore. Digitals... I've never been a fan of digital. The biggest problem, of course, is when you have games that are only available digitally or whatever, then those games disappear forever. When these games that are available physically, then sure, you can still get copies of the game, you know, people still have some available. But if the game's only available digitally and you didn't purchase it before a certain time, it's gone. It's gone for good. You'll never be able to get it again. Yeah, exactly. With the size games are nowadays, Die Hard Gamer, it's not an easy thing unless you have like really good internet. Man's taking a beating here. Of course he heals up. Son of a bitch. Well, when the Wii came out at the same time as the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360, but, you know, support for it definitely didn't. It's a high-res pack for Final Fantasy 15, 150 gigabytes. Yeah, it's a small download. No, I'm using it now. PS3 still works well. I mean, hell, if you want to play anything PS1, then definitely the console to do it on. But PS3 for the win. See if this does more damage than the horn attack. That's pretty good damage. Yeah, exactly. Licenses, that's the biggest problem with digital games, is licenses. That's how Scott Pilgrim vs. the World kind of disappeared from the store, because, you know, license expired, so... Yep. Yeah, that sucks so bad that there's no backwards compatibility for PS4. Because PS4 would easily be able to be backwards compatible with PS1 games. Like, in terms of physically playing games, it makes sense, right? I mean, the PS4 Blu-ray drive cannot read CDs. It's physically unable to do so. So it wouldn't be able to play, like, physical discs, but there's no reason why they can't make it work with digital. You know, there's plenty of PS1 games available on the PSN that they could easily make compatible with the PS4, but... I guess there's licensing issues too and all that, so who knows. Oh god, yeah, PlayStation Now, yeah. Especially with if your internet connection is not like fantastic, PlayStation Now would probably be unusable for the most part. Well, yeah, for PS2 games, yes, but not for PS1. Yeah, the PS2 and PS4 stuff. The key for that chest, probably, that we saw in that cave. And 2 squirts. It's 2 squats. Squoots. I mean, the PS4 would be able to emulate PS2. I mean, when the people who have hacked the PS4 have basically pretty much found that, yeah, there's like a PS2 emulator in there, but of course, you know, they don't open PS2 emulation. You can't just pop a PS2 disc in there. I'm sure not all games will be compatible, but I mean, it would be really nice to have. Yeah. Ow. Summon the fire one. Well, the biggest problem is licensing. Right? It's not like Sony can just say, okay, we're going to put this game on PS4. Some licenses might have expired, and even the ones that they, like, even first-party games, they're still licensing stuff. Even stuff like just video playback, that kind of thing. There's, you know, if you have video playback in your game, you're probably licensing technologies from a lot of various companies. There's like engine licenses and that kind of stuff, and those might have expired, so you might not legally have the might not legally be able to release this game again, even though you own the game. You might not own. You'd have to relicense. You have to pay out more money to re-release it. So that's the biggest problem with any of these re-releases. Is that's why you don't really see a lot of older games being released. This is a lot of legal license requirements. Yeah, it would make sense if it was, say, x86. I mean, Sony learned their lesson with PS3. The only reason PS3 did as well as it did is because of, like, consumers kind of going for it. Damn it. Tree. Wait, did we run away or did we fail there? We like just stopped and turn around, and apparently we ran away successfully or something. That was odd. Come on. Oh, goddamn tank controls. Why? Thing blows by the fountain. Skeleton key. Okay, well, let's go back to town, because we're like almost dead. Yeah, I mean, making the PS5 be backwards compatible with PS4 would obviously be a smart move. Welcome back, yo. Yep, new game. Not super exciting or anything yet, but we're capturing Pokemons. That sounds about right. Well, I mean, it's all pre-rendered, so except the characters. Apparently, this game, like I think I miss. Well, I'm pretty sure I mislabeled the date on it. It's actually a 1999 game. It's in North America. Screwed up the date when I entered it into my my spreadsheet, or somehow got the Japanese date or something. Got voice acting as well.
Don't overdo it until you get better at hunting, alright? Try talking with Mother Garai if there's something you don't understand. But I'd watch out. Her stories can be long and boring. But don't tell her I said that.
Yeah, well, I started already, so it's not really much of a... I mean, it's probably like a couple months before it would have actually come out in North America. It's like, whatever.
Our enemy we love, and for the tormented we pray.
I mean, technically I'll be doing that when I play games like...
Grant us, the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit.
When I get to games like Skies of Arcadia, I'll be playing Skies of Arcadia Legends on the GameCube instead of the Dreamcast version. So technically I'll be playing a future game, and that that was just a re-release of the same game, right? Or Final Fantasy like 10 HD versus the original Final Fantasy X, because why play the original one when I can just play the HD version, which looks better. I know, right? I just wanted to see all these. I wanted to capture more Pokemons. I was already missing the thrill of capturing them all in Pokemon Yellow. Alright, we need to spin some of these here. We need money. Got a bunch of these Muku Habus. Let's spin. Let's see, this one's got magic attack with lower speed. This one's got more attack and more speed. Let's spin this one. Palachu. This one's got more speed and magic attacks, and this one we're spinning.
O warrior of justice, return to whence thee came, to the place of Elrum. Grant us our daily bread.
Exactly, and it's not like there's any major changes between them, so it wouldn't warrant replaying the original as well as the HD versions, so I might as well just play the HD versions off the bat. It's just like, you know, Skyrim and that, you know, when I get to those, I might as well play the latest version of it. No point playing the original, like, PS3 version of Skyrim, which is, like, atrocious. Yeah, probably. Alright, so we got this Muku Habu thingy. It's the one that was healing itself, right? Can we combine that with this Aparthion thing? I wonder if they keep their spells. So I'd lose 1 magic defense, but I get a lot of attack. Get good amount of defense. I get some speed increase. Looks like a freak. I think she was, yeah, like, for that reverb, I think she was, like, praying to their god or something like that, so that's why it was more, like, mystical or something. I think that's what they were going for there. We combine it in reverse order, so if we take this one, and then combine it with this one, then we get worse attack. It's worse in every way, so it seems like the other way was better.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
History Final Fantasy X and Dead Eye Syndrome? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Grand Stream Saga is, that's definitely one thing they had, was fantastic 3D portraits. Or, fantastic character portraits. Alright, so we can combine these two. This one's got, like, good attack. They both have good attack. This one's got more speed. Oh no, this one's got more attack, this one's got less attack and more speed. Looking at the graph thing on the bottom right. Let's see if we can combine it this way. We get kind of in between the attack and speed. Our attack doesn't go up, or defense goes up, or magic attack and speed go down. Right, this way. Then our magic attack goes up, our magic defense goes down, our speed goes up. That's according to that's compared to the bottom one. So that's the one thing I have to consider is like, it's like, oh, the attack goes up, but yeah, this is the base, so really my magic attack here is 24, and here it's 18, so yeah, my magic attack goes up, but goes up to 20 from 18. So I have to look at the overall. So from here to here, it's 20, 22, 23, 20, and 18, so seems like the other way was better. So I got more magic attack, even though, you know, it's going down by 2, it's actually higher than it was the other way. Legend of the Gaia? I don't know. I'm curious about that one. I've heard mixed things about it, but yeah, those are some freaky eyes. And when I played the remasters, I actually played the Final Fantasy X remaster on my Vita, of all things. Or 10 HD, I should say. I played on my Vita. That's where I got the platinum on it.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet.
Alright, Yo-Yo, you have a great night. Thanks for stopping on by again. Get some nice sleep. I'm probably not going to be on that much longer myself, actually, since I work in the morning, so probably another hour at the most. We can combine this Mahbu with this one here as well, or I can just spin this one. I got a Squoot, which we combine with a Skybe. I want to keep the elements together for now. So let's see here. Yeah, let's rearrange this here. Okay, just put this back up. So let's see here. We got 25 attack, 23 defense. Magic attack is stronger on Swoot. Speed is about the same, so let's see if we combine this one and this one. Everything goes up. This is pretty good across the board, actually. It goes to level 3, which is nice. So it actually combines their levels. Go from this one to this one. It goes to level 3. So it was 26, 24. And I really wish there was a way of just like swapping the combinations. Like just say, okay, can we move these somehow? Like say, hey, you know, do this order instead of this order. I really wish you could just see the combination of like, you know, the order instead of having to manually do it each time and then trying to remember the stats. Be better if I just take a damn picture of the damn stats. This is a little kind of annoying the way they do the system here. You know, if combining it, if the order wouldn't matter, then it wouldn't be so bad. But since the order matters, it's like. Oops. Alright, so we had 26, 24, 19, 20, 21. So we had more speed in the other one, but we had less magic attack and magic defense. The attack and defense were the same. Looks like the... I guess there's a few other abilities. So it does seem like it combines the stats, so you get both the That's why there's like Horn, Fang, Claw, and that stuff. So I get the Poison Claw and the Wind Attack Fang. But I imagine if we had two creatures with the same Fang, then it would either combine those to a stronger version or just overwrite. I guess the first one would overwrite the second one. I don't know why this one here is yellow. Maybe it's because it's elemental. Yellow is air attack, while the Poison Claw isn't elemental. Alright, so what do I want? More speed or more magic attack and magic defense? I don't think we even have any magic, do we? Okay, we do. No, we don't. Neither of them have magic, so magic attack won't really matter. So I think speed would probably be better. So that would be an HP. Yeah, the other one only gave me 10 HP extra. This one here gives us 26 HP more. So that right there is pretty significant. Yeah, so let's take this one here.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
Well, versions, I mean, there's only the HD version. There's just multiple different releases of the HD version, but still like one version, right? Like they added anything new to it. Skawoot! So do we want to combine these two? So which one was the new one? This was the merged one. God, this is getting annoying trying to do this. Photo. Alright. So the first one would have had plus 20 HP. I guess the HP, no, I think I'm... Yeah, they both gave me the same HP, it's just because it would go to 45. It's just 7 from the base one, so the HP would have been the same in the last one. Oh well. So speed 23, that's the same. Magic attack and defense are the same. Attack, yeah, it's the same either way I do it here. All the stats are the same across the board. Or if the form looks any different. This is this weird form here, but do it the other way. Alright, so the form looks a little different. Yeah, I'll go with this form.
O magical beasts who serve us, merge thy flesh to gain yet greater power. Reveal to us thy heroic form.
Well, it's not like they have an HD version of Final Fantasy VII either. Or 9, for that matter. Water attack. It's got the healing. I think this is the healing one. Yeah, it's got healing in the attack, which is nice. This one here. Fire attack, horn, and fire. Scoot had the 2, the poison attack and whatever. Cool.
Well, good luck.
I think you can. I just haven't been doing it. So when we convert the stuff to silk, do we get money automatically, or nope? We still have 200 yen. How do I? Okay, it's just in our inventory. So I guess we go to the shop and we can sell it. Seventh highest grade of silk. And that become considered the lowest grade of silk. Benz becomes worthless after everyone uses. Of course it does. Yeah, drawing magic does get annoying pretty quick. Alright, I need to go buy some mugwort. Let's see how much the silk sells for. 150, wow, that doesn't seem to be worth it. Whatever. Oh, this mugwort is cheap as hell. Oops. Back to 12 MTs, so it looks like our MTs just get refilled automatically. Whether we turn stuff into silk or what. So no matter what, I guess we have 12. Maybe that can raise later on. That's a weird number, but... I think we have enough money to buy... I was gonna say buy a sword, but that spear we got I think is better than the sword that he was selling.
I don't have anything good for you yet. But you can buy what I've already made.
That's going to be slightly better attack than what we have, but less magic attack, which would that even matter on us? It's like we use magic. Armor, we can buy this here. More defense, a little less speed, which sucks, but whatever. Did I buy a headband? I think I was considering it and I never ended up doing it. Yeah, because I have 0 owned, so... Oops.
If you need a more powerful weapon, maybe...
The ability of skipping animations in Final Fantasy VIII? Never. Alright. Back to the forest. I'm gonna go unlock that chest that we saw in that cave. Skip not get the damage boost, yeah. Yep. Oh, you know, they had to force people to watch it somehow, right? The devs spend a lot of time on those animations. They can't have you just skip it. Doesn't seem like things respawn. Meta Mugwort, Shablicker, and Iron Headband. Huh. The headband we just bought? Yeah, here's a replacement. Thanks, game. Or what the resell rate is, probably 50% as usual. Oh man, that's a big chunk of speed drop for one defense. I ain't doing that. Once we pick up Meta Mugwort. Mugwort is smaller, sweeter smelling with fuzzier leaves. Cures bleeding and reduces fever. It's probably just a stronger healing, I'm assuming. Why does it let us choose a target when we're the only one who can use it? I definitely didn't mind Final Fantasy VIII. I mean, I haven't played it since I played it on the PC way back in, well, like 2000 or whatever when it came out on PC, but it's purple. Why is he purple? Is he like an Earth version? The fire version, I guess. Hadash. Murdered it. Yes, special personalities. One way to describe it. Well, they can like dodge most of these guys. I'm sure that's not going to be easy in later levels, but knowledge. Oh, I never read that other knowledge slate, did I? I've fallen into the arm of a statue with a strange expression on its face. Higher attack and mana values result in more effective normal, special, and magic attacks. The higher your speed, the more turns you receive take the enemy. Thanks, knowledge. While poison, your physical and magic attacks decrease, and you do less damage. You also lose HP at the start of your turn. And poison's pretty much affects everything. $255 in every stat. It's crazy. Used to running non-stop for a week. It's crazy. Did you not have a memory card or something? Yeah. I could definitely see that. God damn it. I'm never going to use that stupid circle button being the menu. Tapping it by accident, it's like, oh damn it, menu opened. No, that's, this is basically Pokemon, so summon is like pulling out a Pokemon. Alright, nobody, you have a great night. Poisoned. I wonder if poison stays after battle. Time to catch her in our Pokeball. That's totally not Pokemon. I don't know how you would ever confuse it with Pokemon. Damn it. I wanted to capture that one too. I know, right? I mean, the whole difference is that, you know, you can... The monsters are, you can fuse them together. So I can combine, I can mix monsters together. Make, like, bigger monsters. Like, ultra monsters. And they kind of combine their looks together, too. So they just take, like, they kind of morph the models together. They get really weird looking. It's a little different, but yeah, it looks like there's going to be a lot of potential, like, weirdness with these monsters. Trying to figure out, like, a good combinations of them is going to be interesting. Because according to the manual, it sounds like there could be some special combinations, but God, trying to find that. A pretty big variety of monsters so far, so just in this first map. Yeah, have you ever seen an Earth-based enemy? God, this thing is fast. Just got 2 attacks before we even got 1. Yeah, I mean, it always takes inspiration from a bunch of different franchises. Magic, Agni. Obviously, Pokemon is probably its biggest, biggest inspiration by far. Should be weak enough to capture. Hooray! I don't know what kind of theme they're going for. It's like... Basically what happens is like, your village has a Cocoon Master, who, even though he looks like a young kid, and he probably is a young kid, he's also, he's married, or he's got like a spiritual union or something with his wife, who purifies the enemies you capture. When you capture enemies in cocoons, you bring the cocoons to your wife, who purifies them, and then you can either merge them together, you can spin them for silk, and that silk can be sold for money, or you can bring them with you. You can only equip like three monsters at one time. And of course, there's an elemental system. But in terms of the actual kind of theme, yeah, I guess kind of medieval Japan is probably the closest style. It definitely doesn't look like your standard high fantasy European style. Fantasy style. Oh yeah. Definitely Japanese. Damn it. The most annoying thing is the run button is the square button and the menu button is the circle button, and it's got tank controls. Tank controls suck ass. It's got voice acting, which is surprising considering it's only 1 disc.
So, the son of the Lion of Peril is even more talented than I had thought. looked up the calabash herb in my books, but in the end, I found nothing.
Yep.
However, there is a folk tale that describes a dust that wakes the sleeping. It is the story of a wondrous powder kept by a half-bird, half-man named Kikinok, who lives in the Dragonfly Forest. Perhaps that powder is brewed from the calabash leaves. This is only a guess, and it's all I could find. But I think it is worth looking into. Here is the key to the Dragonfly Gate. You should have it. You'd better head straight back to the village and consult with Garai. She may know something about the tale of Kikinok. You must do your best before it is too late.
Yeah, it's really weird. The triangle button is
The
actually
divine spirit defies the great
run
Father
forwards.
and throws off his shackles. He is now bound to the chains of freedom.
Chains of freedom. The Birdman. Harvey? Are we gonna see Harvey Birdman? Nope, this game's only one disc. I mean, it's got a lot of voiceovers. It's got like some FMVs as well, but it's only one disc apparently.
So, even Chorus does not know? But I do remember hearing the tale of the Birdman. There is a similar story of divine spirits in Nagi legend as well.
Yes, I would like to hear it. The story of creation, sure.
Elrum released his minions, the divine spirits, unto Parel. He spake, "Thou shalt not become what presides over life." And so they spent days bringing life to the forest and giving names unto themselves. And then one day, a spirit made up its mind to create a beast in its own image. Elrum warned, "That creature is the beast of knowledge, and it will someday bring temptation upon you. Thou shalt not associate with it." The divine spirit so promised and gave birth to the beast of its own image. Such was the birth of man, the beast of knowledge, as told by the prophet Gi. As the sands of time flowed on, the beasts bore children, and so continued to multiply. Soon a fateful day came to the forest. One of the divine spirits fell in love with the daughter of man, and so the promise was at last broken.
You bestiality much?
Elrum punished the divine spirit for its sin by transforming it into a beast. Descendants of that divine spirit dwell still in the forest, and sometimes they reveal themselves to us. The Birdman, Kikinok, as mentioned in the folktales of Parel, might be referring to this spirit. We should seek out Kikinok, the legendary Birdman.
The Birdman.
Into the Dragonfly Forest. But be warned, an average Cocoon Master is no match for the denizens within. And be sure to ask the old gravekeeper about the legends. He is the storyteller of Cyrus, and should know much about the fables of old.
I mean, he sounds like he's about to die whenever he tells a story.
Doing divine magic is very tiring. Ugh. After performing a purification, I feel so sluggish.
This is our wife, by the way.
Our enemy we love, and for the tormented we pray. Grant us, the beasts of knowledge, the power to touch the spirit.
No, she's she can purify the cocoons. So he captures enemies, like creatures, into his cocoons, but you can't use them right away as soon as you capture them. You have to bring it back to her, and then she purifies them. When she purifies them, then you can equip them. So like these two guys I just purified, for example. I can either equip them right away, or I can merge them with some of my other minions. So let's say I have this dude here, Squoot, and both these are air-based, right? So it's like, oh, maybe I want to combine these two. So you can kind of combine them. So you'll get like a resulting one, which, you know, be like level 4. It's got, you know, that attack, speed, etc. It'll combine their abilities. So like the Squoot guy has wind attack and poison. The Mardrag, I guess, has a horn attack, so that'll give me like all these attacks. And combines their attacks together, and then none of them have spells. You can even see like their line, and it even combines their forms. So it kind of makes like merges their forms together, and the order that you put them in makes a difference too. So if I did Squoot and Mardrag, I would get a different form and like different stats. Which is kind of annoying because there's no easy way of seeing the stat differences other than like either memorizing the stats or, you know, taking a picture. If I combine this way, you can see the form is completely different now. Even though it's the same two guys, it looks more badass, really. But let's compare the two forms for the hell of it. In terms of stats, the stats are gonna be similar, but sometimes they're like, you know, you might get a little more attack on one combination. You might get a little more magic attack on another combination. Alright, so we had 29 attack with this one, 27 with the other one, so, and 27 defense and 26 in the other one, so this combination is definitely better for attack and defense. The other combination is better for magic attack, magic defense, but we don't have magic, so speed is better on this one. It's 23 versus 22. HP, mana is all the same. But overall, this one seems to be a better, like, melee attacker. Well, the problem is there's so many different combinations of things, especially since, you know, you can have sub-combinations. Like, my Squoot is already a combination of two other minions, two other monsters, and we're combining with this one, so there's so much variety, and even two of the same monster, like they capture in the wild that have the exact same level, have different stats. So there's probably not much in the way of looking it up. The manual does mention like special combinations. I'll probably make like you know, maybe a special minion that wouldn't normally be available, but you know, that'd be a lot of trial and error, I guess. But so something like that could probably be looked up, but nah. I'll make do with the monsters I get.
O magical beasts who serve, reveal.
Right. Of course, you can rename them and all that stuff, but yeah. Alright, we can try combining this new shab with this Patai Mill. So I'll make it a level 3. Stats. Tracer monsters. She's good at dealing with those. Yeah, I gotta say this combination system is definitely not the best. So I got 25, the other one I got 21 defense, so I'd lose defense but I gain 1 attack. Magic attack is better on the other form. Magic defense is better on this form. Speed is better on the other form. So overall, What do we get in terms of abilities here? I got the poison attack now, which I didn't have before. So the other form, I mean, it's slightly more attack, slightly more magic attack, but I think I'd rather have the defense that this one has. Speed kind of better than the other one, but whatever. Yeah, we'll do it this way.
Oh, magical beasts,
At least you get experience, or you get new levels with this. You can also get levels by attacking with your monsters. So if your monsters defeat other monsters, they can level up. Although the experience isn't shared across your monsters. In order to level up your character, you have to capture monsters. So your character doesn't get experience by killing things. You only get experience by capturing things. Which makes sense. It's called capture experience. Equip them now.
well, good luck. I'll be here waiting.
God, tank controls suck. Yeah, let's go check out the watchtower since we kicked Louis' ass there in the forest. I wonder if he's back here.
Huh? The Birdman of the Dragonfly Forest? Can't help you there. But let me tell you, he'd be no match for Kelmar, no matter how strong he says he is. Right, Kelmar?
You idiot! That's enough already!
These two have a thing going on. Let's leave them alone. We were interrupting their alone time. If the old man has any new stories. Old man sounds like he's about to die every time he tells a story.
You know, I quite like it here. I wonder if you understand. I have a fine view of the forest. I love the forest. That is why I like it here. When I'm here watching the forest, I need nothing else at all. Oh my, I almost forgot about the frolicking children. Their smiles are important too.
Oh, he's got a new tale. Alright, let's hear this tale. This is where he sounds like he's just dying every time he tells a tale.
Once upon a time in a faraway village, there lived a woodcutter who always boasted of his strength. It is said that the woodcutter wanted to test his own strength by felling the tallest tree in the forest. He hastily ventured deep into the forest
I know,
in
right?
search. Meanwhile, the forest told the great tree of the woodcutter. The great tree sighed deeply, lamenting his foolishness, and he continued to sigh.
Yeah, Nocturne's gonna be fun.
And before long, the breath of the great tree became a thick and heavy fog which shrouded the forest. The woodcutter soon lost his way. He grew so tired wandering about that he soon took a short rest. Just then, sweet-smelling fluffs began to float down from above. All who would would smell their sweet scent would fall fast asleep. The woodcutter couldn't help but to fall in a deep slumber, and there he lay, snoring great snores in the middle of the forest. For 3 days he slept. On the morning of the 4th day, a Birdman flew down to where he lay. He spoke to him. "I'm the strongest, you always say. One fight with me, if you may." But the woodcutter remained fast asleep. "You can try to sleep if you must, but I shall wake you with my dust." As he spoke those words,
It's voice actor.
the Birdman sprinkled a glistening white powder upon the woodcutter. With that, the woodcutter sneezed a great sneeze and jumped to his feet. The surprised woodcutter shouted, "Who on earth are you? I warn you, I am incredibly strong, and I will battle right now." The Birdman replied, "You can't defeat me, but if you do, we can be friends and I'll share my powder with you. It cures all illness and turns old to new. I got it from the forest people called the Yamu."
This is great.
The woodcutter tried to grab the Birdman, but the woodcutter had been asleep for 3 days. He was too hungry to hold on. With one flap of his mighty wings, the Birdman blew the woodcutter all the way back to the village. The woodcutter told the villagers all about the strange Birdman, but not a soul believed him. From that day on, the woodcutter never again boasted of his strength.
This guy's got the best stories. He sounds like he's about to croak every time he tells one, though.
Understand? The divine tree of the forest is an incarnation of Elrum. You must never think of harming it. It is always watching over us. There are many other tales with the Birdman. It seems they all say that he hates fire. Perhaps he was barbecued in a previous
I
life.
say. Yeah. Sounds like Master Roshi was another, like, 20 years older. Birdman hits fire. Good to know. Alright, let's see what kind of... Not have much time left there. Not gonna be able to go too deep in this forest, but... Let's see what kind of monsters we can capture spot here. That's for sure becoming a celibate monk. Yeah, exactly. Dragonfly. Some weird ass music. Alright, let's see how hard the monsters are here. Level 3, that's not bad. It's an earth one, that's good. We need an earth one. Yeah, the forest looks pretty big, doesn't it? Your version being a lot like Pokemon? Or the PS2 version, maybe? I wonder if these do the exact same amount of damage. Probably do. What? Dodged it. Supposed to give the game that look. Right, 6. Let's capture it. The capturing animation is a little bit long. This is kind of annoying if you're capturing a lot of stuff. Oh, come on. Boo. Yes, it does. You typically want it in the red status, but obviously you can still fail, as you see here. We also have a capturing level, which, in order to get our capturing level up, we have to successfully capture enemies. And this guy's at level 3, and we got a capturing level 4 right now. So I don't know, I'm assuming you can't capture anything higher in your level. So if we hit like a level 5 enemy, for example, well, now we can, but let's say we hit like a level 6 enemy now, we probably wouldn't be able to capture it. So we gotta constantly capture things in order to get our experience up, because that's the only way we get experience is by capturing things. We can't kill enemies. If we kill enemies, nobody gets experience. If our summons can't kill enemies, then they get experience. It's kind of like an annoying system, but whatever. What's that thing right there? It looks like there's something there. Weird. Oh, is that pot? Yeah, I've had a few raids, so probably a lot of lurkers. This one's another Earth-based one. Need to combine these two Earth-based ones. We can attack them ourselves, but we do like next to no damage. It's like doing physical attacks ourselves sucks. I guess we want to awaken things just a little bit more. Jade Cocoon 2. No, should be a good capture now. Especially now that we're capture level 5. Probably a pretty good chance of capturing this guy. Don't want to kill it. Oh, come on. Aim, please. You always got 2 attacks in if you fail. You're good. You never know until it's like completely gone. Packed with strange smelling berries and some kind of fruit. Kickleberry? It's like kickleberry. No, it's not a usable item, but valuable. Rare berry found only in forest depths. Strange smelling, shunned by some, loved by others. Must be a key item in this forest or something. Not really. As far as I can tell anyways. I mean, we can see the stuff we've currently captured, but considering that enemies can kind of merge together, there really wouldn't be one. I mean, maybe I guess they can make it so that you would only see the base model of each thing. But, you know. Oh, there you go. Yeah, we got a... This is the closest thing to the Pokedex right here. We've captured 9 of the 171 possible types. So, but there's no like details about each minion kind of thing. Because even 2 of the same minion are gonna have different stats. So. Go up or down? Let's go up. There's a lot of Earth-based ones in this area. I guess that's why they weren't giving us an Earth-based one in the previous area. Problem is now our air one's getting kind of weak. I guess we can use fire. Why is he getting 2 attacks in? That's not fair. Capture him before the poison kills him. The one nice thing, at least, is that you can teleport back to town from wherever you are. So you don't have to worry about going too deep into the forest and then having to run back. You just use your teleporter earring and bam, you're back. You can can do a little bit of exploring and not, you know, get stuck. And there's no dying in this game either. If your character... Oh, I don't know what happens to your minions if they die. They quote-unquote die. I have to double-check that part of the manual, but when your character goes to 0 HP, you just get booted out of the forest with 1 HP. Basically, the same thing as using your earring, but you come out of the forest with 1 hit point. How about us falling onto the flagstones below? Knowledge 4. Yeah, exactly. Sounds legit. While inflicted with sleep, you cannot act. Your physical and magical defense and avoidance ability decrease, resulting in more damage from attacks. Well, there's no need to reload saves. I mean, I don't think you lose. I don't think you can have your minions die. If anything, you just don't get the experience. They probably like come back at 1 HP and. Let's see here. Combat, arena battle stage, monsters. When you lose the fight, you'll be sent back to the buried gate through which you enter the forest, although you will not die. You'll reduce only 1 hit point, lowest possible value. So either use items or return to Mahbu to get healed. If you captured enemies before you lost the fight, you may keep them, but you will not be awarded any experience. So yeah, so even if you die after, let's say that you're fighting 2 enemies, you capture enemy number 1, then you get killed, you still keep that enemy, so you didn't even lose them when you get captured. It doesn't say anything about the monsters. I don't know if the monsters also go down to 1 HP if they quote-unquote die. That would kind of suck losing a monster. Doesn't really say. Yeah, I guess I can always save and then just purposely die and see what happens. Oh, the monsters even evolve. So there's evolution in here too. Totally not Pokemon. Yeah, doesn't. As far as I can tell, there's nothing in the manual about what happens if a monster goes down to 0. I'm assuming the same, but don't want to find out the hard way. Aw, we didn't poison him. This guy's level 4. I don't know if enemies have like unlimited mana, because they seem to use a lot more magic than we can. Yeah. Well, some of the enemies that heal, for example, you pretty much need to, because goddamn, get them near death to capture them. Nope, they heal back to full. It's like son of a. Level 6. Yeah. Damn it. That's the problem when you go from like a game that has analog control to a game that doesn't, is you keep trying to use the analog stick. Like, no, it's right, you can't use the analog stick. Not only that, tank controls. It's like a double whammy of horribleness. We don't have enough money to use that. Yeah. These Parasite Eve's pre-rendered stuff aren't as bad, except for, you know, the tower. The tower was kind of a... That was a slog. This one, the pre-rendered scenes aren't that great. Time's it. Alright, I'm gonna have to head out after this fight here. Go back to town and heal up. Go see our waifu. Gonna fail. Gonna fail. Nope, didn't fail. Is there anything here before we go? At least you can kind of dodge the enemies, so... This. Oh, that's close. Nope. Alright, well, let's get out of here. Speedrun tactics, yeah. Combining enemies is gonna be fun. The problem is when you have 3 slots and there's 4 elemental types, we're gonna have to make combination elements. I'm thinking opposite elemental types are probably the best combination. Like, you don't want to have a combination like water-fire one, because then your fire one would be weak to, or sorry, your water one would be weak to wait. I'm trying to think which element that would be bad against. So, if you did a water-air, then your water would be, or your, no, actually water-air would be worse than water-fire. Because water-air, normally air would be strong against earth, but earth is also strong against water. So your water-air would be weak to earth and strong to earth at the same time. So that would actually be worse. So yeah, I think the water-fire would be better than water-air. Or water-earth would work as well. So that way, like if I'm fighting like I'm fighting either a water guy or a fire guy, then I can use that. Fire-air would be a good combination as well. 20 hours, yeah. I mean, it depends on how many dungeons there are. I mean, so far in this area here, there's like 4 forests that are accessible. I don't know. I'm assuming there's gonna be more. It's just like the first section, I guess, of the game. But who knows? We'll find that out tomorrow. Let's go purify these cocoons. I don't know. I haven't looked what kind of Black Friday deals we have around here in Canada. It's probably mostly the same deals that you guys have in the US.
Doing divine magic is very tiring. Ugh. After performing a purification, I feel so sluggish.
Oh yeah, probably. Purify. I'll have to take a look at the, I mean, there's probably a lot of information online now in terms of what kind of sales they're going to be. See if there's anything that's, you know, would make good gifts and whatnot. Need to spin some of these too. Oops. I really should start spinning some of these, but I want to combine. I prefer to make these into strong dudes instead of like combining or making them into money. Everything we got is like earth-based in that last round here. Yeah, like there's nothing on the Xbox One that would even interest me in terms of like exclusives, so it definitely wouldn't be interesting for me. I already have a PS4 that still works well, so in terms of like hardware, not really. I haven't really looked to see if there's any good game sales, because oftentimes Black Friday is usually one of the best times to grab some like cheap kind of games that might have come out during the last year. I'll have to take a look at that, but alright, well, we'll do all that tomorrow. Alright, so let's make saved. You arrived? Well, I'm heading out of Eris. It's time for sleep. Yeah, it was underwhelming. I was hoping there'd be more. There would have been like the boss fight. I was over prepared for it, so the boss fight was relatively easy. I mean, I had a super crazy gun and everything, so that probably helped a bit too. But the ending was kind of like, yeah. I was hoping we'd get like a special FMV or something. We did get a special song for the credits, I guess, but no like special FMV sequence or anything. Yeah, definitely needed a bigger ending. But for the amount of time and effort to go through that tower, the ending should have been like more pizzazz. Not very cool. Alright, so we're going to pause the timer there. And yeah, I'll be calling it there for tonight. So we finally finished Parasite Eve off tonight and started some progress into this game. There's probably going to be a lot of learning in this game just to try to combine the creatures in the right way and whatnot. Going to be more exploration, more catching really weird looking Pokemon and having weird Pokemon babies or something. But we'll do that tomorrow. Let's see, is anybody online? Let's see. Sharpie's just finishing his stream. Yeah. We'll host Macaw. Alright, so yeah, we'll call it there for tonight. So in the meantime, thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. I should be on probably around 5 PM Eastern. We'll play some more of this game. Have a great night, guys. See you all next time.